Hello there, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of music as much as I did, because I do like to have a little dance start before the live starts. So hello there, everyone. Hi, I'm Lydia. If you don't know me, I am the creative ambassador over at Altenew. I will be taking a look at our fabulous new pre-order today. And I guess that you all already know that you may have seen that we have some fabulous new cardstocks in. Okay, thank you everyone for popping in. Also, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. Angel is back with us today. It has been a while, but she is behind the Altenew badge today. So please say hi to Angel as well. So hello there, Tracy, and hey there, Michelle. I hope that you're all good. Virtual crafting. Saturdays, that's Bridget's. Yes, I think she does that on the fan page. So there should be someone else that can help you out there. So like I said, we did have a pre-order go live today, and that is the fabulous cardstocks. There is so many of these, and we're going to have more coming. So don't think that this is it. We will have more. Hey there, Mindy, and everyone else that has popped in. I'm super curious about my foam tape storage. Yeah, this is just a pegboard that I have some hooks in, so that's it. I also keep my heat tool up there as well, but that's nothing fancy, just a pegboard. All right, everyone, I am gonna pop you guys down now so we can take a closer look at the fabulous color at the fabulous cardstock. All right. Okay, so hopefully we can see what is happening here. Angel, are you able to share a link to the fan page over on Facebook for the lovely Michelle, please? So we have our Crafty Necessities cardstock. As you know, we have our smaller cardstocks, but we now have cardstocks in the 8.5 by 11 inch size. So this is full size. This means if you cut this in half, you're going to be able to create a card base, but if you cut it into quarters, you're going to have 4 different panels to use on your cards. Now, we are releasing a lot of colors this time around. I'll go through them all now. I am missing 3 cardstocks myself from this, but I can tell you what colors that they are going to be. So hopefully that makes sense to you all. First up, we have the blush, and I'm just going to move these over because we have so many. We have the blush that's going to work with that one. Well, I don't know what's happening with my lights. I had it all sorted out. It's because they're in these plastics, I think, maybe. But once we take them out, the colors should sort themselves out again. So we have the blush, the rose, the crimson, and the velvet as well. So we have a beautiful red collection here. Each of these cardstocks do have 10 sheets inside. They are smooth and they are £80. So they're great for all different kinds of die cutting. Hello there, everyone that has popped in. It is lovely to see you there. If you are crafting, please let me know what you're crafting with. You always know that I am super nosy and would like to know. I just want to see a little peek into your kind of reality, what you have going in the front of you. Hey there, Sue. And yeah, happy August 1st. Can you believe that we are like storming our way through this year? So in the yellow collection, we have the buttercream, warm sunshine, caramel toffee, and the paper bag. Okay, we have more. We have my favorite greens coming out. So we have the bamboo, the parrot, the olive. We also have the moss. So just imagine we have a lovely moss cardstock selection here. We do have the moss as well. So we have those 4 colors. Okay. Then we have 2 of my favorite from the Seashore collection. We have the Volcano Lake and also the Lagoon. We have a couple of different blues. We have 2 kind of brighter blues and then 2 kind of smoky blues, I would call them. So we have the Caribbean Sky and the Sapphire. Then we have the Winter Lake and the Arctic Mountain. So you can kind of mix and match these to make them into a kind of darker color family if you wanted to, or you could go on the lighter shade and go a different way. So really mix and match with these. Don't think that you have to stay to the kind of color family in itself. I always like to play around, and you're going to be able to create so many different color combinations and really play around with them. We also have more kind of neutral, creamy gray, green. Here we have the Misty Moor and the Marshland. And then we have a gray selection. So we have the Morning Frost, and then we have two darker grays that are going to come on the side here, and they will all be available for you. But this is our kind of pre-order. So hopefully if you guys want to get your hands on all of it, you can go and do that now. And then you know you're going to be able to get that when it comes out. All right, so I decided to have a little play today with some die cutting. Obviously, we've got the cardstock. I had to. I couldn't help myself. But I grabbed out some older dies as well. I thought it would be great to kind of put the focus on the die cutting. So I'm going to create 2 cards with the kind of a sentiment focused theme. Hopefully this is going to inspire. Let's give it a go, shall we? So the first one is going to be more of a holiday themed card, and I'm going to go with joy as my sentiment on this one. I'm using the classic alphabet die for this one. So the next one that we're going to use is going to be using the bold alphabet die. So I grabbed out the letters that I required from the classic alphabet. I have a panel of white cardstock. I'm going to pop that over to the side. And for my letters, I think I'm going to go in with the gray. So this is the Morning Frost. This is the Morning Frost that we have here. And that's the one that I'm going to be using. My die cutting machine is going to get a workout today. I should say my right arm as well, because it's kind of the only exercise I do is the die cutting. All right, so I'm going to pop these into place onto the panel. I'm putting them in the right order because I may still be able to use the panel later on a different card and get kind of a twofer. Okay, so nicely lined up. Oh, we do have the gorgeous Joyce die set as well. I did grab the sentiments out first. And it's weird because I was like, and the word joy just popped from the sentiment set. So that's what we're going with today. Okay, so I've run that through. Move that over. Please let me know what you're up to as well. I'm nosy. I'm being nosy today. Have you had a long day? Has your day been good? So I have the word joy on there. But I then wanted to bring in some more color to it, but I didn't want to add too much. I definitely wanted my focus to be on the sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that O into a wreath. Okay. Oh, Kathy's eating lunch. It's all right, Tracy. I forgot about it. I forgot. And I know I should really remember all these things, but I don't. So I have my joy. And like I said, I'm going to create a wreath, but I couldn't find exactly what I wanted. So yeah, that's right. I've pulled out the Spring Meadow cover die. And I have a plan to use portions of this to create a little kind of partial wreath on my O. There was other things that I looked into. I looked into the leafy wreath die. I thought that might have made a nice O. I looked into the branches and berries. That would have been good. But I wanted my little elements to be a bit smaller. And then I also saw there was some little flowers on here as well. And I thought, I reckon I could put some flowers on this little fake wreath that we're going to create. So I'm then going to just add portions of the cardstock to where I want it on this cover die. Hopefully this works out. We also have little dots on here, but I think I had another one for that, but it's fine. Right. So I have the olive, I believe this one is. I'm just going to match it up. Yes, I have some olive cardstock here. I'm just going to trim this down. So I need my little Altenew snips. Okay. And I'm going to place this over where I have a number of branches. So over there, I'm going to pop that down and add some of the satin masking tape. Hopefully people know where I'm going with this because I'm not entirely sure at this very minute, but I'm sure everything's going to be fine. Okay, so now, once I've done that, I want my little flowers maybe to be gray. Because I don't want white ones, but yes, maybe we should do white ones. As you can see, I do debate with myself quite often. I'm trying to go through my little stack of cutouts, and I think the white flowers would be good. So I'm going to pop that over the flower pieces. Okay. All right, and I want some berries, and there's some little berry branches here, so you can see that I looked at it and I thought, actually, I don't want it as one whole piece, but there are bits of this that are going to work perfectly. So I have my green over the little branches that I want to use. I also have some crimson here, and I'm going to use that over the berry branches. Now, the berry branches are full piece, so we're going to sort that out later on. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm just giving this a little bit of a trim, again using my little snips, and I think those two little berry branches are fine. There's also some little hearts, maybe we can use them later on. Oh, Tracy, yes, I always talk to my dies. I need to know things are happening, right? They need to know what I'm expecting from them. All right, so as you can tell, I've put a numerous amount of things down, and that's where I want them to be. I don't want to move this around too much, so I'm gonna switch around the way my cutting plates are. Normally I have my cutting plates at the bottom and I flip my die around, but as I don't want to shift it around too much, I'm putting my non-cutting side there. And then we'll pop this on top. And then we'll have the cutting plate on the top. Kind of made some kind of flag. This looks very much like a Welsh triangle. I know it sounds weird, but for the Eisteddfod, we have a Welsh triangle. And these colors. Oh, hi there, Kapana. I hope that you're good. All right, so we're just going to run this through. Because this is so delicate, I might need to go through once and twice. It's a little bit tight, so maybe I don't need to go through twice. We will see. Actually, I think I'm good. Oh, and I have some cute little animals too. I forgot about those. Little squirrels. Tracy, no daffodil. He's just like a little triangle guy. The Eisteddfod. Yep. There he is. All right. So I have my word, and we're going to add some little details to this to make it into a wreath. So, tweezers. These are one of the supplies that I never thought I would need, and yet I use all the time. It's just one of those. Look at him. We'd have to use our little squirrel on something else because he's just too cute. All right. So, out of this bit, I wanted those branches. Also, we have some hearts that can be used. I forget how usable this is, this plate. There's also other plates like this. This, in fact, was one of the like first zero wastes we did, but we didn't call it a zero waste because you can use all of the little bits, and you can also use the backing bit as a cover die. So yeah, forgot that this one was a little, what's it called? No waste. So we have that, and I'm also going to have the branches. Yeah, I think we can still, oh yeah, shipping to Germany may be quite pricey. That's maybe why you've said it. Hopefully, if you do have a partner, well, we do have partners in Germany, but if you get in touch with them, they may be able to kind of get in the colors that you want. And then you don't have to pay for the shipping. You could just go to their store that we do have some in, you know, we have some partners who sell in Germany. So that might be an idea if you wanted to go down that route. All right. And then this one, I wanted the little flowers. So, and we've got another little squirrel. He's cute. Okay. Pop those flowers out. So the idea of this was that the kind of word itself is going to be the main element, but we're just zhuzhing up this little O to make it a little bit more festive. All right, so I'm going to grab my tape. Also, I'm just going to, they've got stuff on. A little bit of cardstock to add some glue down, because I think this might be a little bit easier. I always get it clogged. Nope. Try again, Lydia. Oh, okay. Didn't have enough. Now I've got probably way too much. Oh, these squirrels are too cute. All right, so let's pop this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab it in the glue again using my trusty little tweezers, and then add that into place. The great thing about the die itself as well, especially if you're trying to create a wreath effect, is that because it's mirrored on both sides of the die, you're going to be able to have one branch going one way and one the other. So it's really cool. So I'm going to add these in. Also, to add a little bit of difference, I could have added some ink to the edges. The best way to do that would have been to add them onto your sticky mat so you don't get inky fingers. Okay, so then I have my little flowers. I'm just gonna need, oh no, like I said, I was gonna change up the look of these branches because I just want the berries to be red, and I grabbed myself a marker. This is the Espresso. That song is just going to be in everyone's head now. But yeah, so I'm going to hold on one of the berries, and I'm just going to use this marker to go over the branch and have the berries be red. I probably could have gone with a lighter brown, but I wanted to make sure this was going to cover that red. I needn't have worried. This one is highly vibrant. I'm just going to grab another marker. Sorry, everyone. They're just right on the other side of my desk. But forgot to grab one for the flower centers. So I'm just going to add some details into these. So I have 4 here, but you know, you could have cut this a number of times, right? So I'm just dabbing that in a couple of times into the center there, and then just one big blob for those tinies. The berry branch, let's have that sticking out over there. And then we have the other one. Does anyone have like a top tip on how to create bulk holiday cards? Because I am not great at doing that. Sometimes, I'm going to admit it, I have had to buy a card because I just didn't get enough made. Please let me know if that's you and if you have any good tips that you want to share with everyone. I think the first one, the biggest one I would say is, like, if you're going to batch them, is to do them in different kind of batches. So if you're going to stamp, you would do all the stamping first and then all the die cutting and then whatever. But I'm excited to see what you say. Organize. Oh, Tracy, I don't know. Not very organized myself, but I think that that's really rather cute. You wouldn't have expected you would have been able to create a cute little kind of faux wreath from the Spring Fling cover die. So that means that if you do have that in your stash, you can really stretch it and create some really cool looks on there. I am gonna add a layer to my card. Tracy did 20 cards. That's a good idea. Oh, and Karen goes to a retreat every October. That's good. Oh, hi. She's in Scotland. Fellow Celt. Right. So I'm going to cut this down to, I think I just want to take ½ an inch off one of the sides and either the top or bottom. And just doing that is going to give us a nice kind of frame around our word now. Oops. And that actually took me less time than I thought it was going to. I did think that I would be doing a little bit longer on that, but hey, sometimes I surprise even myself. Okay. And then I'm going to add some foam tape. My tip for this tape is to kind of cut it into strips. I don't know why, I just find it easier. You can bend it a little bit easier, right? Yeah, Kathy, I think one part at a time would be my way of trying to get through it. So if I was to make these, I don't know, maybe make all the O's first. Oh, Christmas card a week. That's good. You did your first card yesterday. Yeah, that would be me. I'd be like, yep. I'm supposed to make one of these a week and I'd be so behind. I'm rubbish. Really am rubbish when it comes to making holiday cards. So normally I probably would put a little bit more tape than what I'm doing now, but you know, we're in a live situation. You don't want to see someone put foam tape on letters for minutes. I want that done quick, sharpish. And I'm happy to oblige. Okay. I'm just wondering whether or not I need to put that little squirrel somewhere. He looks too cute. Maybe we can do something special with him. Okay. So let's just arrange these where you want them to go. I find that's the best way, right? Don't take the adhesive off just yet. Don't get too excited. I think it may need something in the back, but for now, I think we're going to go with that. Maybe if I was to make this again, I would add 3D texture to the back, to this portion here. Maybe a little embossing folder. I would run that through first, and I think that could add a lot. Or even use dry embossing with the letterpress. I think that might be quite cute as well. But as of now, I still think it turned out pretty cute. I'm going to try and move everything out of the way so we can focus. Sorry, little squirrels. Okay, and we're just going to pop this one in. Okay, and there we go. Even though those flowers do look a little bit like fried eggs because I used that kind of yolk color, yeah, I still think it's quite cute. So there we go. We have that one. Now I'm going to try a little bit of partial die cutting. I know doing this live is probably not the best idea, but we're going with it. I have the ideas. I will do them. Right, so I'm going to go in with the bold alphabet die this time around. And I'm going to go in with hi. Oh, yes, hi. Hi. All right, so I'm going to need my little letters. I probably should have got them ready beforehand. I didn't. Okay. Ouch. Trying to think what letters I was doing. Do I have any? We have nearly the word for hugs. So this is one of the older die sets. So these were all like attached when we got them. But maybe an oldie, but it's still definitely a goodie. So I'm going to move all my bits out. Trying to tidy up as I go along because I always don't have enough room. Okay, so I have my H and my I, but I want to make sure that these are stuck together because I'm going to die cut a couple of different things. And these need to be in the same position. So I'm going to line that up on my sticky mat. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to use that satin masking tape again to keep these together. Yeah, Tracy, just doing a holiday card. Imagine doing that in January. People would be like, really? We've just sorted that out. Why are you bringing it up again? Okay, so I have taped them together. Okay, and now we're going to do a little bit of partial die cutting. So if you don't know what partial die cutting is, I'm sure you all do, but what it is you're going to only cut a portion of the die. In this case, I want the bottom part, so the I and the two bottom parts of the H, not to cut. So when I have the panel, it would have the H and the I kind of popping up at the top. So that's what I am planning. And then I need to kind of figure out what are the colors that I want to go with this as well. I am trying to move some things over. Okay. Okay, so to do the partial die cutting, what you're going to do is you're going to have your plate. I'm trying to bring this in a little bit more so you can see. Sorry. My arm right in there. It was a bit weird. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to place the high into position. I want it nice and straight. Okay. And then when I place my cutting plate in, I do not want it to cover the bit that I don't want to cut. So I am going to place that back a bit. And you can see we have those little die pieces just popping out of there. And anything that hasn't got that pressure on is not going to cut. Okay, so I really could have got that a little bit straighter. Sorry, everyone. Not happy with my high placement. Maybe if I get a ruler, that will help me out get it straight. With this one, I'm worried about not getting it straight, but the other ones that I do after this, I'm not going to worry too much. So I am, you know, faffing a little bit on this one, but we're going to be fine after that. Oh, now I can't pick that up. All right. So I now have it in place. If I wasn't live, I would have cut that last bit out. So I'm going to place that in. And then make sure that my cutting plate is not going to put the pressure on the bottom pieces of that die. And then I'm going to run that through. So I'm holding that in until that gets through to a point where I know that that's going to be fine. Oops. It's like my die cut machine is always shouting at me. All right, so move that over. And then when I lift this off, gently, gently. Oh, I forgot about that little ear. It's all right. We'll be good. There you go. So now we have those two that are dangling. So what I'm going to do is I am going to chop those other bits off. And that's what's going to kind of neaten up that partial die cut. So I'm just going to line that up with my die cutting mat. Move them out of the way. Comfy cut. Everyone knows that I am a little bit wary of knives and craft knives, so the fact that I choose to use this is a good sign. This is really good knife. It's really comfy, as you know, the name. And it doesn't really faze me, this one. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's got the cap on there, so it's like extra safe. I'm gonna get rid of that little bit there. Oops. Okay. Oh, give it a go, Karen. You can use all of your dies. You could stamp an image and then just cut with the kind of coordinating die, just the top part away. So you have the bottom part as well. So sometimes it can be a little fiddly with your knife skills, but you are going to get a really beautiful precision look with this one. All right, there we go. And there we go. We have our little high. Oh, Sue, don't you worry. I know, Tracy. I don't know. It it makes everyone laugh that I'm like, rather not. Right, I am gonna go with, maybe we do holiday colors on this one as well. I mean, I have most of the colors out. So I just need enough to do that high strip again. It has been a while since I've done this partial die cutting, and now I'm choosing to do it a number of different times, but we're gonna be fine. So I just need it a little bit larger than what I need. So I have the crimson. I'm also gonna use some of the olive. Oh, cheesecake. Was it lemon flavored, Sue? That is my favorite. And some of that gray as well. So we're going to use the same colors as we've used today. You know, keep a theme. Keep a theme. All right. So I have my high there. And I'm going to do that again out of these three colors as well. I do have a bit of wiggle room because I cut them on a larger size, so I can have wiggle room on there. So that one is the gray, which is the Morning Frost. Ah, strawberries. You got me thinking about food now. All right, so again, with partial die cutting, you're going to want the piece that you don't want cut out of that cutting plate. So that means that there's going to be no pressure on that for it to cut through. So we're going to run that through again, holding it in until it gets like, I don't know, gets to the point where it's going to take itself. Sorry for all the shouting from my die cutting machine, but he's fine. He just, sometimes he likes to spit out the cutting plate on the other side. But you know what? He's doing the job, so I'm not going to complain. Ah, apple cheesecake. I've never had an apple cheesecake. Oh, me and my husband kind of forgot our getting together anniversary, which is today. And I have officially, I'm just going to do a shout out for myself and my husband. We have officially been together for 20 years today. So I thought that was a big achievement. If anyone does have a shout out that they want to do, it can be an anniversary, it can be a birthday. But if you have anything that you want us to know and maybe give you a little pat on the back for, please let us know. So again, sorry, I should have shown you. The bits that I don't want cutting are not there. Thanks, Sue. Wow, 20 years. Okay, so that's the olive. Trying to be, did I do it the right way? I die cut it all the way on accident, but it's okay. We can save this. So I am going to show you a way to save it. Okay, because it all didn't cut. This bit must have shifted while I was going through. Oh, why am I taking that off? Sometimes I get confundled and then just go with it. So that bit I didn't want to cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach it on the back. I know, tricky. Shanna, 34 years. Congrats. Time just goes, right? You don't even realize it. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of tape to that, and now kind of looks partial, right? There's always a way to cheat these things, but I will pop in behind one of the other ones. And, oh, hiccups, pardon me. And then I'm just gonna do the last one. This time paying a little bit more attention, not cutting through the bit that I want to not cut through. Trim, trim, trim. I do love these colors, and they do make me feel very festive, even though we are actually getting a bit of sun, and I've kind of brought it all down with feelings of snow. So I've pulled that down a little bit more. Sandra, 43 years. Fabulous. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, it was definitely on purpose. On purpose mistake. Okay. We've got to figure out how to figure out the mistakes, right? Okay, so I have all my little bits, and I'm going to do exactly the same as I did before. I am going to take my ruler, and I'm going to join up those lines. With my little comfy cut, so I'm pressing down. When I get to the letter, lift it up. Okay, so there is that. That one cut really well. Okay, this one, remember, we have done a little bit of doctor on the back of that one. So we need to be a little bit more careful when we get to there, but that tape is going to stick it there. I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, so there is that one. So we have the gray and the green and the white. Now, oh, Kathy, that is, yes, that is lovely. Wendy's 17-day vacation. Oh, that sounds fabulous. Hopefully you get some crafting time in there. Or are you actually going to go away? Okay. Just the same here. Trim. 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 Yeah, it's funny. My husband, I was sat just before I was going to go live, and I was like, oh, we got together 20 years ago. All right, so we now have all of our little things, and I am going to place them behind my other high, but slightly off. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of tape behind this one. Oops. Oh no. We have refills. So I have another one. I can't just have one tape on the go. I don't know. So I am going to go over to the side a bit so you can see that going on. Again, I'm going to move a little. I could have done something a little bit more festive than the high sentiment, but you know, I think I'm good with it. Okay, so that. All right, so I'm just going to need to trim off those sides. I am using more of my heavy duty scissors. These were fabric scissors until they got used accidentally, so now they're just cardstock scissors. Okay, so we have that. And then what you could do as well, maybe if you did this in rainbow, you could add another accompanying sentiment there. But what you can do is you can kind of lift these up a little. All right, so give them a little bit of a wiggle. And then that way you are going to get more of that kind of color peeking through. All we're going to need to do now is pop that onto a base. I'm going to foam tape it up on this one. I can't believe I got through my 2 cards that I had planned for today so quickly. I thought I was going to be over, but you know, we've been short and sweet, I think, for today. I will just show you the cards again, though. Also, if you do get inspiration from this, if you know you can't help yourself but run to the craft room and create something that was inspired by this, please share on social media. We would love to see. So if you were going to add that stamped sentiment as well, I would do that before you add the tape and maybe even the other pieces of colored cardstock. But yeah, that's quite cool. Yes, Sue, the release paper on that is fabulous. It's great, but yeah, there we go. So we have our little high there, which is kind of hidden because it's white on white, but then you have those colors poking through. And then we had our little joy card using some of the kind of elements from the Spring Fling cover plate. So we just, you know, popped our colored cardstock where we needed it for the various pieces on that one. And we didn't even use our little squirrel. Maybe. Yep. He's going to live somewhere. And he's just going to live there. All right. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on him. There he is. Okay. So we added the little squirrel on as well. So we have used the spring thing on both of them, but I do like how this kind of arrangement came out. It's not really overpowering to the word joy, but you are getting that kind of, what's it called? Wreathy look on there. All right. Hopefully that is good. Oh, look how easy. I love Cedric the squirrel, and he looks so cute. Kathy, yes, it's like a little dog. Yeah, Evie, if she saw it, she'd be like, squirrel. But yeah, so that looks good. So hopefully you have enjoyed your time crafting with me. Hopefully you do get inspired to create something along these lines. If not, create away and just let us know what you have been creating on Altenew. You can either do it in the fan group, you can do it on Facebook, or you could do it on Instagram as well. Just use the hashtags and we'll look forward to looking at your beautiful cards. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. It has been a pleasure. It's been so laid back, and I've really enjoyed doing a little bit of die cutting and making things that I wouldn't normally do on a day-to-day basis. Thank you to the lovely Angel for being behind the badge and popping in all of the links. And thank you, everyone, again, for just spending time with us and being part of our Altenew family. We really do hope that you have a great weekend and the rest of your week goes swimmingly as well. Don't forget to craft your life, and we'll see you again really, 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 really soon. Bye-bye.